Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me.
That's right. What are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
You look like hell, but you sound okay.
You know, I was a little under the weather last week, and it has lingered for the week.
You know,
but
it takes a while at your age to heal.
Well, there's that. Thank you for that support of my
age.
Yeah, I think.
No, it's a, it's a normal.
It's just an observation, is what you're saying.
Normal thing.
It wasn't meant to be a compliment, is what you're trying to get across.
I'm just telling you, don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm not worried about it at all. And look, we got the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web, made up of Barry the Bugger, who's quite excited right now because tomorrow, first day of Florida lobster mini season. We're going to talk about that a little bit.
It's the mini season.
That's right. We got a bonus day. Thanks to Governor DeSantis in Florida. If you're a Florida resident, you get to go catch lobster tomorrow on Sunday, which
cool.
is usually a week or two later. So we'll talk about that. We got Jared the Diver Guy. Don't let that keep you from sticking around. Vinny Two Tanks.
Gee, I love you too.
Vinny Two Tanks back from the dead. He had sent me a picture where he looked like the Elephant Man on one side of his face.
Holy hell.
We'll explain what happened to old Vinny Two Tanks, but he's back and raring to go. And, of course, we got Bubble Boy. Look at that.
He looks all right now.
Yeah.
He looks totally fine.
Yeah.
Vinny looks better than you do.
Well, Vinny looks better than everybody.
Been taking his vitamins.
Oh,
yes.
Gee, thanks.
Well,
I said you look better than Greg.
He wasn't being sarcastic.
No, I appreciate it. I'm thank you.
Oh,
yeah.
Compliment.
It wasn't a sarcastic thanks.
Okay.
I misread that just like
Vinny wasn't here last week because he was recovering from an incident, and the reason he didn't come on was because he's afraid we were gonna make fun of him or something. And I was like, why would we do this? What kind of show do you think this is? Yeah. So, but he actually had a word for us to describe how he felt about this.
You can't say it on the air.
No, this is a teachable moment I think we're about to share. The word was, Vinny, what was it?
It's a German word that means that you enjoy you take enjoyment in hearing about the problems other people might be having.
Scheiße.
No, that's not it. What is the word, Vinny?
So the word is a German. It's shout. Oh hell.
Schadenfreude.
Hell.
Give me a second.
That's a German word.
Oh, you just forgot. Wait, you had
What's the
texted
German
it to
word
me.
for memory?
Hell.
Very quick. Send him an email.
All right, no, I think he pulled it. He's got it now. He's got it. Do you got it, Vinny? Or do
Just a sec.
I think I know the
Need
word.
more time. You think you do it? Farfignuken.
No,
No?
Is it Schadenfreude?
Oh,
It's Schadenfreude,
Schadenfreude. Yeah.
which means you
Farfignuken.
take.
Your fart smells like sauerkraut.
No, that's
No,
not
No, you
what
guys
it
can be
means.
pretty caustic. You guys could be pretty rough at times, and I just
Well,
didn't.
Beanie, I will just tell you.
Schadenfreude.
We would never pick on you. We have
No, we would
Barry.
say picking. I'm just
It's
saying.
done out of
That's why
love.
we
Yeah.
have Barry here.
If we don't make
Yeah,
fun of,
You seem to enjoy
fun of
doing it, you know.
That's
Look,
why they invite me over so they can lay off of you for a while and take it
Well,
all out on me.
yeah, there's
Barry, the
that.
human
Shut
punching
up, Barry.
bag.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Now that you know, you may have
It's in the
learned something.
dictionary. You can look it
And
up.
once again, you say it how? One more time, Vinny.
Schadenfreude.
Right. Schadenfreude.
So it's not shadow hell?
No.
Pay attention,
Okay.
Jerry. Come on.
Damn it, Jerry.
We're trying to teach people stuff, make people more, smarter. The first time ever, 27 years of doing Scuba Radio, we actually shared a teachable moment.
Except it wasn't about scuba, but it is an interesting word.
Well, it was in a sense. I mean, and look, we'll talk about what actually happened to Vinny and why, he was afraid to come on the show because of his Farfik.
Maybe he doesn't want to share that. Is he cool with that?
I don't know. We'll find out. It doesn't really matter.
You didn't even ask him.
We got to bust his balls anyway. That's what we do
right.
on this show, right? So anyway, but we got other people we got to talk to. Kristen down in the Florida Keys. She's actually at Capsulates Atlantis Dive Center today. Are you working, Kristen, or what are you doing exactly? Just hanging out, or what? She's
looks like she's hanging upside down.
She's like quiet.
Drinking.
I'm working.
Her hair's turned
She's
green.
and there's Hey, we got Captain Slate too. Look at that. They're just hanging.
Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, were you diving this morning, Captain Slate, in Key Largo, or?
No, I fed yesterday. I'll feed yesterday and I'll feed in the morning.
Oh, okay. All right. So they're just kicking back for Scuba Radio Happy Hour. We thank you for joining the party. And are you gonna be able to hang with us for a while, or what do you think? What do you guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. The boat's out, so Kristen and I are here telling tales.
Telling tales.
And I think
Okay.
it's called mermaid tale.
Fish tales with friends. That's what you do. You share fish tales with friends. That's right. And so we're going to get that from the man himself. But yeah, Mermaid Kristen is hanging with Captain Slade. What kind of trouble is that going to cause? Tons.
I get to look at his beautiful face every day now.
That's right.
All right. Well, she's a great brown noser too.
Yeah.
Obviously, God, that's how you get ahead in life. And God bless. Okay, well, great. We got a full crew, and if that weren't enough, and it obviously is not, we got Jared with us today as well from Next Dive. NextDive.com is the dive gear we've been using here at Scuba Radio for the last few months. And Jared's with us from California, I believe. Is that where you are today? Out there
in Monterey.
Monterey. Yeah. Were you diving today? What's the weather like out there, Jared? What do you think?
It's foggy today. We've been having some pretty good heat, and so the fog comes in after that. But I like the fog, so I don't mind it at all.
Well, the fog doesn't really ruin your diving. It just gives it a whole foreboding kind of vibe when you're cruising out to the dive site, I assume. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
There you go. All right. So Next Dive, they make world-class gear. Go to nextdive.com, nexdive.com, and you can have your regs and everything literally customized to the type of diving that you do. Now, I've been talking to Jared the last couple weeks since I've been back from Iceland. You have a lot of experience in that part of the world diving yourself. Is that right?
I do, yes. Yeah.
Have you done that dive between the two continental shelves there in Iceland that's world famous yourself?
Yeah, I've done it a few times. And there's actually also the shallowest geothermal vents there as well.
Ah, and so you jumped in the water and saw that too?
Yeah.
How about that? So does those thermal vents, let's go there first, because I wasn't aware of that. Because, when I was there, I was looking for that area where they do the snorkel or they do the dive between the continental shelves, and I've seen plenty of videos of it, and I knew it was cold. But if they have thermal vents, does that counteract the fact that the water is like in the 30s and 40s and like keeps a warm water wuss like me away from that type of activity, or what do you think?
Yeah, it's a little bit warmer around the vent, especially where the gases and stuff are actually coming out. And so if you get close to it, it's a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
But it doesn't warm it up that much.
Not enough to counter the fact that you better have a good dry suit on.
Correct.
And maybe even a heated rash guard under that, which I do have now, by the way. But I was shocked by what I saw when I was in Iceland. It was so attractive look. I mean, it was just tempting me. And I'll talk more about that with Jared and the rest of the gang next on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Even a warm water wuss like me might take a cold water plunge. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Bula. You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji. It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft to take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, no, Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new Scuba Radio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 Scuba Radio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New Scuba Radio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Jake and I bonded over diving. We love diving. We got our diving licenses together. And one day we were on vacation and he was like, Mil, you gotta be up at 8 a.m. We're going on a dive. And I was like, 8 a.m.?
Yeah.
Dive? Like, what are we?
Vacation, yeah.
And he's telling me, like, we're going to the same spot we usually go to. I'm like, it's boring. Let's go somewhere new. He's like, no, we have to go to this spot. So we go under and we're like many meters down. And he gives me like a shell and I like turn it over and it's a ring. And I was like, and I like looked at him and he was like, and I was like, because this means up. I want to go up.
So you can't.
So that technically would mean like a no, I don't want to marry you. I want to go up. So
you can't. You got to make a quick decision.
Hope you see the best in me. Dive in London next to me. Hold our breath and we can go down.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me. We're talking to Jared from Next Dive, nexdive.com. Last time we hung together was at the Scuba Show in L.A. And by the way, this past week, it's been made official that the Scuba Show is moving back to Long Beach next year. So it'll be May 31st, June 1st, 2025. And, we experimented with L.A. and the L.A. Convention Center. But after they evaluated everything, talked to the exhibitors, a lot of the attendees, they said, take it back to Long Beach. So that's what they're going to do for next year. So we'll see what happens after that. But it's back to Long Beach for the Scuba Show in 2025. So Jared has done a lot of diving in a place I just visited just a couple weeks ago, Iceland, of all places, where they have that famous dive and or snorkel that you can do between the continental shelves. And there's billions of videos out there. I've known many people that have done it. I was tempted to do it. I just for the record, and all the guys here as part of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad that were saying there's no way in hell you'd ever do it.
Would have been cool to hear about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
would.
No, I had made a decision when we got to Iceland that I was going to do it if it became available.
Sure you did.
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
I have people that I got on tape to witness that, as a matter of fact. So But unfortunately, we didn't go to the place where the dive operators, take people and throw them in a dry suit and let them snorkel down the river. And we just didn't have the time.
Were you on a cruise or something? Was that the deal?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was part of a big tour. We did an 8-hour tour that was very near where they do this. And, but we didn't see the dive operators. I saw a couple signs, but I didn't see the actual dive operators. I
Should
thought
have just
maybe
took off running.
He turned his back as he's driving by. That's why he didn't
No,
see him.
that is
You should have
incorrect.
bailed from the group. Just
You're
take
incorrect.
off.
And for the record, and I have proof, I was dubbed the official Viking of the underwater world.
You should have
while I was
went
in
rogue.
Iceland.
You should have went rogue.
I was. So there, take that. But
Nah,
next time,
that doesn't make it better.
I saw enough that I was like, hey, you know what? I would like to give this a go. I mean, the water was so clear. I mean, it just looked spectacular. And I was like, okay, if I can figure out this whole dry suit thing, which I can. I mean, there looks like there's a lot of stuff to see. It's not as, the videos, I'm not sure do it justice. Definitely with all the videos I've seen of Iceland, in the past, on YouTube and things like that, I knew it would be pretty cool. But boy, when you get out there and see it firsthand, it's just not the same. And I would imagine that would apply to those dives. And Jared, would you back me up on this? Is that the case? You've done it a few times or what?
Yeah, I've done it a few times. It's absolutely beautiful. It's the cleanest water.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, you literally can just take your cup and scoop up the water right there in the waterway and drink it, they said. I didn't do that, but they said you can do that. It's like
I did. I took my regulator out and drank some
just
of it.
took a little swig. Yeah, it's like it's all glacier water, so it's like, it's like getting a scoop of Evian,
that's like what people pay for in the store to drink.
That's right. Yeah, they laughed at that, by the way. They were like, yeah, you idiots that live outside of Iceland, you buy water. We have it all around us. Our water's way better than that crap that you guys pay for. And I was like, well, yeah, it is pretty tasty.
And it's not held in plastic.
Right. So
leaching.
Excuse me?
Show of hands. Who's else is disappointed Greg didn't do this dive in Norway?
No.
You let us down, Greg. You let yourself down.
I see no one.
You let the whole crew down.
No.
It's so bad that Vinny logged off. Damn, son.
Look at him. He's like, I'm done.
He's like, I've had enough of his nonsense.
Can't be associated with this.
Okay.
You were 5 feet away from paradise and you walked away.
All right. Well, next time. But what is it about the diving that makes it so unique? Is it just the visibility and the fact that it's such clear water, Jared? Or what do you think? What stood out when you did those dives in Iceland?
Yeah, it's the visibility and the clear water. I mean, you don't get visibility like that anywhere else.
Yeah.
You literally see forever. There is a cave system in there that people will dive, but we didn't do that. But we did see some prehistoric trout in there, which is kind of cool.
Ooh, okay. Prehistoric
trout.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got trapped in there.
Oh,
interesting.
Okay.
So they're like fossilized in the walls of the cave or something?
No. It's a species that's still alive.
Oh.
They just haven't changed in a long time.
Damn, Greg, you could have seen that.
Wow.
But
well, next time I have a reason to go back. They actually have some pretty good flights from Orlando straight to Iceland that we may have to take advantage of. It's actually quite easy to get there from our neck of the woods there, Cock Johnson. What do you think? You be my dive buddy in Iceland?
No, because you won't go.
Okay, well, Kristen will. She'll go to Iceland with me, right, Kristen? She's nodding her head.
She'll dive.
Yes.
She would probably do it. You won't.
Yeah,
no,
she would. But she's also in the warmest waters around right now, so I don't know.
Well, why it needs to cool off. I mean, look at it that way. But yeah, the only thing I just saw the clear water. I saw some jellyfish floating around the marina that we were in, and I was just like, "Wow, this looks really."
Were they prehistoric jellyfish?
They might have been. I mean,
I guess they all are.
What do you mean?
Well, I think they were around millions of years ago.
Yeah, but I don't think these were. I mean, but you know what? If you go out to Iceland with me as my dive buddy next time, we'll put one on your head like a wig, and then we'll see. If,
jellyfish.
A jellyfish wig.
That's a bad idea.
Why?
Because they'll sting me.
No, it's their cold water Iceland.
You
jellyfish.
do it first, then I'll see what happens.
Nope. You volunteered. That's what I heard. Anyway, yeah, but you definitely say that it should be on every diver's list. Is that right, Jared?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to have the chance to dive between continental plates is awesome.
Yeah. And just to be able to say that you did it, been there, done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you laughing at,
Because
CJ?
you can't say that.
Well, not yet.
You were just there.
I know. I got a little taste. I got a little firsthand, experience with what it was like. And I was like, okay, maybe I would do this. And I did. I told the people I was with, like, hey, this looks pretty cool. If we have the opportunity, let's do it. And they're like, yeah, I'm down. And we just didn't have the opportunity. That's my story, and I'm
So you
sticking
didn't know
to
that
it.
until you were there.
Correct. You are correct, sir. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, this is Neil Watson, the Dive God.
And I'm Peter Hughes.
These guys come from legend. They're basically gods.
We've been around the block a time or two with the diving industry.
But I've never heard something as nutty as this.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
God's friggin' gift to humanity.
Now here's a guy I've been putting up with for over 20 years.
Greg, the Dive Master.
You can tell the master I'm done for the day.
Now beat it, loser.
And by the way, Greg, it's Peter Huge.
Whoa.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. I'm hanging with some famous folks every now and then. The perks of this gig are phenomenal.
It's amazing that they tolerate you.
I know. I mean, and I put Jared from Next Dive in that category too.
Absolutely.
He's dove all around the world. He makes great dive gear. And by the way, Jared, we got to talk about the gear that you guys literally custom make to whatever type of diving that you like to perform,
Sure.
and he has some stuff coming our way for our crew. And I didn't give him a lot of instruction. I just said, hey, look, I want something streamlined, tropical, and as light as possible. So that basically you put together like a stripped down version of what you guys typically do. Is that right? That's coming our way, or what do you think?
Yep. It's already it's in the mail, head your way.
Yeah.
And we got, 4 backplate and wings and 3 regulators?
Right. I think that was what we got on the list. Yeah. And, but if we need to expand it to say, for instance, I don't know, the reg setup that you're sending us, I said, look, we're going to use this for light travel, tropical, easy diving, bathtub diving down in the Florida Keys, that kind of thing. But if we wanted to take it to Iceland and maybe needed something a little bit more robust, or we might have dry suits and things like that, we could literally send it back and you guys could modify it and we'd be good to go, right? Isn't that how it works?
Yeah. I mean, we could just send you the kits and you could change it out yourself. It's easier.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
there you
no.
Greg's
Don't
not
let
great
Greg
with
change
putting stuff
anything.
together.
No.
Well, Barry will do it for me.
Or send
Yeah.
it back.
I'll get it.
Anything he tries to put together falls apart in the middle of the dive.
That
It's
is
scary.
incorrect. You are incorrect, sir.
That's right. It's at the beginning of the dive it falls apart.
No, that is.
We're just happy you don't work for the airlines.
He can't put nothing together, and he can't. He always gets lost. So he's screwed
Other
either way
than
he
that, it's
goes.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is. I mean, that part's accurate. I am perfect.
other
Now,
than that.
one of the back plates we're putting together is for Kristen.
Excellent.
Now, and the thing is about these back plates, these bat wings, isn't that what it's called? Well, night wing, right? That's the model. Yeah. So they're adjustable to whatever size person that you need to fit. So if we need a BC for someone like Kristen, we can use the same BC for Kristen as we could for Barry, just by making minor adjustments. Or, well, in that case, it'd be major
Big
adjustments.
straps.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Yeah, but that's how they're set up, though, right?
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah. There's not you don't really have to change the gear. You just have to change how the straps are holding everybody together with their BC and their back plate. Is that the case, Jared, or what?
Yep. You could fit it to a new 10-year-old diver, or you could fit it to a 250-pound male.
Yeah. Or then some when it comes to Barry.
Greg, be nice.
No.
Okay,
no,
Jerry.
no,
I'm sorry, Jerry.
Not anywhere near that.
Why am I getting drug into this?
Well, because you and Barry are kind of a thing.
no,
Jerry,
but
we're
anyway.
not a thing.
Yeah.
That is only in your imagination.
Oh.
Your dark delusional.
Jerry,
imagination.
did I apologize to you before I opened up the mic to the rest of these losers? If I didn't, I do now. Anyway, yeah, I mean, you guys make great stuff, and you'll consult people online, either via texting, email, or you can just phone them up and just go to nextdive.com, nexdive.com. And once again, this gear is modular, but it's very, very high quality stuff too.
I can vouch for that too.
Yeah,
because I dove one of the regs at Slates.
You did. That's right.
Worked great.
Yeah, actually, Kristen's down in the Keys. Are you diving your next dive right now, or have you been in the water yet? Or are you just working the front office there, Kristen? What do you think?
I've been in the water in regards to working on the Sky snorkel boat. I
Yeah.
have not had the opportunity to go diving yet.
Ah, okay, all right. But you guys are geared down
It's
there.
on the list.
It's on the list
I do.
of things to do. Yeah, and what are the conditions like that? I think she just shared a video with the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. Were you trying to illustrate the fact, like, hey, they got great viz in Iceland, but look what we got down here in the Keys? Is that what you were doing?
That's at a That's at a reef that we went out that we take the snorkelers out to called Hens and Chicks. It's about 20 feet deep. It is beautiful, but the visibility yesterday was insane. It was absolutely like this most beautiful turquoise colored water.
Nice.
You could see everything. It was awesome.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and it was warm. The water. I mean, it wasn't too warm. The water wasn't like overly warm, but I mean, it was warm. It was comfortable.
Yeah.
It honestly, I can't wait to dive.
Yeah. It's bathtub diving.
You know how I read that video?
How did you read it?
Suck it, losers.
I was waiting
she can do
for that.
She was nice and didn't type that, but that's what I got.
Well, I mean, Mermaid Kristen is she's turned into a Keys gal, and it may fit her well. What do you think? So far, so good, Kristen?
Yeah. So far, so good. Just been busting my butt trying to work.
Yeah. Well, you got to take advantage of all this water around you now.
We might have to rename her.
Yeah.
What are we going to what?
Keys Kristen.
Keys Kristen?
KK.
KK. Oh, KK. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. What do you think of that, Kristen?
Some of my friends call me Kiki, so it works.
Kiki?
Oh, see, I was close.
Why do they call you Kiki?
Just because it's easy.
Oh, because it's easy.
Because of my godson.
Oh, okay. All right. Kiki, KK, I don't know. Whatever.
Kiki, Kristen, KK, Kristen. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't do too many of those.
Yeah, right. Keep it to two.
You just got to watch how many Ks you put on.
Yeah,
God damn it, Jerry.
I swear.
Get up, Jerry.
Mute him.
Oh, golly. Well, yeah. I mean, there'd just be one more reason to go to the Keys because Kristen could be down there to show us around.
I need a reason.
Or we'd have a local bail bondsman on site.
You can come diving and get to do the creature feature with Slate.
Yeah.
And do a snorkel tour with Sky.
Right.
Boss me around. Tell me what to do if I'm the mate.
Yeah. All right, do they got you mermaiding down there too? Are you doing that in your spare time, or hadn't been long enough yet?
It hasn't been long enough. I haven't really had the spare time.
Yeah.
Once I got down here, I had to go back home for some appointments, and then
Right.
So we're just working. I've been working in the office and helping Sky with doing that, and then learning how to do being out on the boat and being the mate on the boat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm kind of busy, and by the time I'm done, I'm exhausted. Go to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, being a mate on a boat, what are you doing exactly? Like lifting tanks and helping people get their gear ready, or what? Exactly.
I'm a mate for Sky's business for Islander Girl. So Sky Slate's daughter has her business Islander Girl Snorkel Tours. That's who I work for right now.
Yeah.
So I help her run the office. I Slate's bookings, and I run her side of the business in that aspect as well.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go out on the snorkel boats, I'm the mate. I don't mate for Slate yet. I'm still kind of working on that in regards to like my back injury.
Right.
Yeah, that would be a tough one on her.
Yeah, so I'm doing Skies first just to see how it goes for me. So with that, I mean, it's the same kind of concept, except we add rum punch in at the end of the trip.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, but are you leading the snorkelers around? Like, hey, check this out, check that out, and getting in the water with them?
Water with them if we do if we want. If we'll help them if they don't feel comfortable, we'll get in the water with them and swim around.
Yeah.
Someone like the captain will stay on the boat. If the captain wants to get in, and the mate will get back up on the boat.
Right. When they find out you're a mermaid, do they get as excited as they do when they find out you're on ScubaRadio sometimes?
Unlike you, I don't tell everybody that I am a mermaid.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
She's the horned buttfish, Greg.
Yeah, the one-horned buttfish.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Okay. Well, there's that. But, yeah, she's down to the Keys. You want to dive with her? There you go. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with ScubaRadio.
ScubaRadio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
ScubaRadio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, my name is Lisette, and I will be your bartender at Titico Bar in Seba. Come on and see me, but until then, keep listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. And now, here is a one sexy man, Ray, the dive master.
There you go. There you go. You only took 3 drinks and 2 tequila shots.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's me, Greg the Dive Master. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. What are you shaking your head there, CJ?
Sorry?
You're shaking your head.
Oh, just enjoying the music.
Yeah. So, in Saba at the Tipsy Goat Bar. That's, everybody knows me as Greg the Dive Master, but, Mr. Sexy Man pops up every now and then, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a thing.
I don't get it.
It's a thing. Jerry the diver guy was there.
Are they all?
He was a little jelly, too. I'll tell you what.
Nearsighted
yeah,
there?
I know the whole backstory on that one. Yeah.
The whole backstory. What is he referring to?
I don't know. He was there. I wasn't.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Mr. Not So Sexy Man.
Do you care to share with the rest of the class?
Did you guys shower together?
No.
No.
I'm just wondering.
No, I'm not sharing nothing.
Where he's basing.
Okay, I don't know.
Sexy man.
All right. I don't know. I mean, Jerry's kind of making this a little awkward.
He really is.
I don't know what this is all about, but
wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah. So I guess we better just move on. Look, I do have some new BCs coming from our friends from Next Dive. One of them, one of the BCs is going to be for Mermaid Kristen.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah. No, I got one for you too.
Oh, sweet.
She gets one, you get one too.
Okay.
Yeah. And the question is, and I asked Jared this before he mailed them on, because there was some questions about being this is a bat wing or back wing type of setup that you can adjust the straps to fit any kind of body type. I mean, going from one extreme to the other, like Mermaid Kristen and Barry. I mean, that's pretty extreme difference, but the same BC can be adjusted to accommodate both body types.
Than him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
is, actually. So
right, but the big question that we've talked about before is to crotch strap or to not crotch strap.
No, thank you.
Ouch.
Okay, so
Kristen's saying absolutely not.
Well, and I asked Jared about this off the air, and he said it's a personal choice, pretty much, as long as you can cinch it up properly. If you don't use one, correct, Jared? Is that what the official word is, or what would you say?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it is a personal choice. Some people like it, some people don't. One of the things that we have played with that people in warm water like is doing a double 1-inch crotch strap. So it essentially like if you're skydiving, how it wraps more around your legs than down the center. And people in warm water tend to like that.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, make it more like a seat almost. Yep. And the reason you use that is you don't want the BC to ride up on you, especially when you're on the surface. And I'll say the ones that they sent, I mean, the ones with the basic crotch strap is like a 2-incher or 1.5 or something. Is
2-inch, yeah.
2-inch, yeah. So it's pretty wide.
Still.
I think the problem we have with this whole scenario, especially for folks that are not into the whole technical diving setup, which really isn't that, but these type of BCs, the cave divers and the cold water divers are used to using a crotch strap thing is the name of it. I think we got to just change the name.
I might change my mind. I can try it, but it sounds uncomfortable.
Like athletic supporter strap. I mean, I don't know. What, Jerry? What do you think?
Is it can you remove it, or is it fixed all the time, or
no,
what?
No. I mean, I have a back, before I got this Night Diver BC from our friends at Next Dive that I'm using right now, I had a back plate type of BC that I was using before. Yeah. And I had the option to you have the crotch strap or not. I ended up taking it off because I was mostly using it just for tropical diving. But I cinched it up really, really good so it doesn't ride up on me when I'm on the surface. So you just got to make sure the fit's really, really good, especially if you want to go without it. Right, Jared? Isn't that the key?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, but you may, being your Jerry the Diver guy, prefer having some webbing up against your nether regions. I don't know. That may be a personal preference that you enjoy when you're warm water diving.
Can we not talk about that?
Well, I don't want nothing to interfere with my mankini.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
That's what you can name it. You can name it the mankini.
Yeah, okay.
Don't encourage him.
Yeah, that's right. God help us. I don't know. Kristen, what do you think? Crotch strap or non? Crotch strap. What would you prefer? You want to try them both and then make
really
the decision?
About it, so
well, I mean, you not
won't because we'll just no. I'm just gonna say no.
Yep.
She's adamant about that one.
That's
smart woman.
Vinny Two Tanks. I don't know. What do you think? Fan or not a fan of using that type of BC or crotch strap? What do you think? Do you care?
Actually, I think just the regular BC, if you adjust it properly, I can go vertical. I could go vertical the whole dive, no problem.
So
I've never had a problem going vertical.
All right,
with
so
just the regular BC, adjusted it properly.
Okay, so you go without crotch strap.
Yeah, I don't need one.
You don't need the extra support, is what you're trying to say.
I adjust my BC tight enough so it doesn't slip.
Okay,
when I go up vertical, it doesn't slip.
I mean, I think that could come into play. I think for me, having the crotch strap when you're using a full wetsuit like we were in the Galapagos, you almost need it. You really do need that extra support, I think. But if we're tropical diving like we're going to be doing in the Turks and Caicos here at the beginning of August, it's all about board shorts and t-shirts and nothing else. I mean, it's bathtub diving. What do you think, Barry?
So basically, wait, I have to understand what this is for then. This is basically if you're going to go vertical head down to keep the suit from riding.
Well, when you're on the surface, floating at the surface at the beginning or the end of the dive, if you have a back wing type of BC, it has a tendency to float up on you. And it could, if it floats up too much,
okay, so
you go face forward,
Right.
you know, and you really don't want to have that. And, you know, I mean, if it cinches down real tight, it's not going to bother you too much. But if it's a little loose, it could easily ride up your shoulders. Next thing you know, you're like, you know, looking kind of
So
goofy.
it's really more for when you're on the surface to keep you from falling down through the BC.
Well, yeah, or going face first, right, Jared?
All right, well, that makes sense.
Would you agree with that, Jared? You have more experience with that kind of thing. What do you think?
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah. So I think it's a personal preference. Yeah.
And especially if,
Or just tighten your BC properly.
Dry suit or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Dry suits, heavy wetsuits. Yes. Kristen, what do you think?
I'm just saying I have to go. I got a boat coming in.
Okay. Well, go do your thing.
See you later, Kristen.
She's jumping out at the right time.
Bye, guys.
It's getting so uncomfortable talking about crotch straps with Kristen. It's really.
Yeah, that is kind of boring.
So if only there was a host that could steer us in another direction.
I don't know where that's going to happen.
When you're diving with a buddy, does that mean you each have to check each other's?
No.
Well, yeah,
good.
Barry.
Thank you, Jared.
when you and Jerry are diving together, one can dream. So I don't want to. I don't want to ruin the moment for you two, but you know that's really between
I've
you
never
and your
seen
dive
Jerry
buddy.
blush that much before.
Well,
You know that I'm never going to dive with you again now, Barry.
I know.
Oh, that's just sad. Are we seeing a public breakup right now?
That's okay. It's allowed.
You're scaring Barry.
Nah, they'll make up. They'll make up. They always do. They always do.
Damn you, Greg.
Oh, golly. Well, there's hour one. Flew by. Felt like 3-4 hours tops. But we got another hour on deck. We're going to check in with the scuba magician and many more, scuba-related dive stories. That's coming up. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving. All right, go ahead. Kiss and make up.
Y'all love Scuba Radio. On the boat or down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go! Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, you know, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Maybe you caught it this week, but I did release, I think it's the 3rd episode of Level Up with the folks from Scuba Diving Industry Magazine this week. There's a link to it there at ScubaRadio.com. Check it out. It's for dive industry professionals, so it's kind of a, inside game. In the dive game, if you're a professional like a dive master above, it's really meant for those folks, not just the people that love diving. I mean, you can, but if you want to learn how to be in the industry or some of the issues that the industry is dealing with, that's what we kind of dive deeper into with the Level Up podcast.
They don't concern themselves with the ongoing saga of Jer Bear.
Correct. Well, we avoid that at all costs.
Or any of that stuff.
Yeah, well, crotch straps, that's kind of an industry issue, possibly.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we actually lost one half of Bear Jer. What happened to Jerry, Barry?
Jerry has a date tonight.
Oh, I think someone's jelly.
No.
You have that kind of relationship, do you?
Yep.
Okay.
It's very open.
All right. All right. I'm not going to ask any more questions.
That's good.
It's not for me to judge.
That's right.
But gosh, that's freaking hilarious, I got to say.
What did you say?
Anyway,
Hey, what's his name?
What the
Jerry's date, what's his name?
It's her name.
His name is Vicky.
Vicky.
Victor.
Victor.
Pat. Okay, just leave it alone.
Yes.
Let him go have his fun and pretend that he
Is it Michael or Michelle?
Okay.
Careful with the spelling.
All right. Let's move on to Vinny Two Tanks because he's with us. And he's back to normal because last week he did not come on the show because he's afraid we were going to make fun of him.
Normal for him.
And we wouldn't do that. Even if we had known the German word. What was it again? Farfignugan? No,
Schadenfreude.
Right.
Frugenglaser.
Which are people that relish the opportunity to make fun of
other people's problems.
Yeah, other people's pain.
I thought those are people that live in caves.
No.
You guys are kind of like that sometimes.
Oh, that's Spila. I'm thinking of Spila.
I try to keep them in line, Vinny, but they they take me down to a level, and it's just
And I was kind of bummed. I missed a trip that I've been waiting for months.
Yeah, you were supposed to go to Indonesia.
Yeah, I mean, it was it was really bumming me out.
Yeah, but now, you still have
talking,
you still have the Turks and Caicos coming up here with us.
That's something I got to look forward to.
Right, and now you're all healed up and ready to go. You'll be good to go.
Yeah,
now, first
off, let's my plane reservations.
Yeah, well, let's back up and find out what exactly happened because you sent us this picture. It looked like half your face turned into the Elephant Man.
It was really simple. I 2 weeks before I was going to leave, I thought it was enough time. I was going to go in and have some minor surgery to pull some basal cell cancer off my face.
Been there, done that. Actually did it just the other day. Yeah.
And when the surgeon said, well, it's pretty deep, I'm going to have to make an incision to get it all. They couldn't just burn it off. So she cuts into me and takes it out. And then, I have some antibiotics. I go home.
Yeah.
I have some pills.
Mm-hmm.
But
got infected.
It just took right off,
and then it swelled up. And
before I got back to see them, it had really grown.
Yeah, you know who you look like? He looked like what's his name? All right. What's his name? Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, he had a bee sting on his face, on his eye, and it swelled up his eye. Yeah, that's what you look like.
Yeah,
when you sent the picture.
The face swelled up, and that's the fluid in my face. That's why they had to open up a little wound and squeeze all that fluid out.
All that goo out of there.
Yeah,
you had too much goo in your face.
Jelly donut, anyone?
Yeah.
But everything worked out. I got insurance. It's no big deal. I could get the trip back. It's just a bummer that it just happened right before. Second thoughts, I would have just waited till after I got back. It wouldn't have mattered another month or two.
Right. Yeah.
And
it's just one of them things. Like I'll tell you, that is something that I actually plan out quite a bit because I go to the dermatologist every 6 months. I've had that done 1 billion times. And literally just, there's some places on my forehead today that are healing up because they did some burns.
I'm gonna get a Sharpie and play connect the dots later.
No, you're not.
Look, it's the Big Dipper.
No. But this is what you have to do to maintain that youthful complexion.
It's
when
the
does that kick
effect
in?
of not knowing. Back in the old days, I didn't use that much
Goo.
and now I'm paying for it.
You didn't put enough. You didn't slather up with enough sun
I
goo.
had several times where my face was just a bright red, and that's not good. And that's why I'm getting the cancer.
Yeah.
So often.
Well, we all have to deal with it. A lot of us fair-skinned folk, but what I was getting at is that when it comes to all our dive trips and stuff, I do schedule it out quite a bit, and I'll pick a time where I'm going to do my checkups, but I'll make sure there's a couple weeks or several weeks before or after a dive trip, so it doesn't interfere. Yeah,
Greg,
you got to think about
between those
that.
appointments and the diving and
Yeah.
all the travel.
How do I do it? That's
how
what
do
you're
you
asking.
fit that in with your proctology exams?
Well, oh jeez, that's just none of your beeswax.
Okay.
That's what the new crotch strap is for.
Go!
Go!
Cinch it up.
All right. Okay, here we go. Yeah. But
think about that. That's a
you
good tip
got to think about the scheduling for this
our
type of stuff.
listeners.
Yeah. I mean, just plan accordingly. When it could be as simple as a dentist appointment and stuff like that. Give yourself a little pad before these trips. Don't do it like the day before. You never know what they might.
I took a risk, but I just didn't think it was that great of a risk. But guess what?
Yeah.
It happened.
But you had your dive insurance, and you're good to go. You just got to fill out some paperwork. You'll be good to go. Yeah.
It's just that I had that classic trip all lined up.
And with the malpractice settlement, he'll be able to buy a bunch more dive trips.
What malpractice? There was no malpractice.
It was a joke.
I mean, what did your doc say when they saw you?
I kind of said, dude, shouldn't I? I just couldn't believe.
You told your doctor when it was infected, and she goes, "Oh yeah, we got to put you on antibiotics." Did she tell you that you can't go diving right now? Or did she give you any warning
right
about
away,
anything?
She said, "You're not making it, dude. Cancel." And she gave me a letter to cancel the trip because by the time they could clean this out, it's still an open wound on the side of my face.
Yeah.
I showed the guys a picture earlier.
Yes, thank you for sharing your open
wounds. They're trying to let it dry
wounds.
from the inside out, so there's no way you want to put your when you have an open wound like that, you don't want to put that in salt. There's a lot
Not the ocean. Nah, that's a big.
oceans-
People that Kristen's down in the Keys, and she's a perfect example. She's going down there to work the dive boats, whether it's snorkeling or whatever. And one of the problems the dive guides and instructors have working anywhere around the world is if they get a small little cut, even on their finger or hand or whatever, it's so easily infected, especially this time of year where high humidity and the Florida Keys super hot, and the ocean is filled with all kinds of things and stuff, and you can get into real trouble.
There you go.
Yeah. So you just gotta be careful, and when that happens, and I remember it was Mermaid Tony told me her quick fix was that cement stuff. She would get that clear cement. And if you had a little cut,
they call it
paint,
liquid Band-Aid.
Yeah, it's liquid nails,
liquid skin.
Yeah, that stuff, and that'd keep her from getting stuff infected. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
How, when, and where it's made has never been more important than now. Just ask all those divers and dive shops that struggled to get products and parts during the pandemic. One relatively new gear manufacturer, however, managed quite well. Nex is one of the few, if not only, dive gear manufacturers to bring regulator and design assembly back to the USA. No shortages during the pandemic for their customers and dealers. And get this, Nex was a Tester's Choice winner in Scuba Lab for 2022 and a Best Buy in 2023. Each Next regulator system is made to order, cutting down on overhead and allowing you to get exactly what you need for the kind of diving you prefer. This will be the last regulator you'll ever need, since the modular design can easily be modified as your diving skills and preferences evolve over time. Are you ready to make your next dive your best dive? Then go to nextdive.com. That's nexdive.com. Next Underwater Products. nextdive.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I used to watch you at the Improv when I was starting out. Things you made me laugh so hard because I had just started learning to scuba dive. You did that bit about scuba diving and how the whole point of the sport is not to dive.
There's a fish, there's a rock, who cares? Don't dive.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Greg the Dive Master, CJ in the studio, Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Vinny Two Tanks, Bubble Boy rounding out the crew at the moment. All right, so Shark Week wrapping up today, actually. I watched a couple of the episodes. CJ, what do you think?
I've seen worse and I've seen better.
I would agree with that.
I don't think it's the worst, and I don't think it's the best.
But
not bad. I like having it on, in the background or whatever. I'll check.
What do you think, John Cena being the host this year?
He's kind of cheesy.
I thought it was a lame pick, to be honest. I didn't really get it. I mean, I don't know. He's okay. He just seems kind of,
he's cheesy. I don't know if they're directing him like that, but he's just really cheesy.
Yeah, I agree. I don't get any connection, with him and diving at all. I didn't get the impression he's really into it either. He's just doing a bit. But, look, he's a nice enough guy. I'm not going to bash him. I just didn't. I didn't see.
That's not the main. I mean, those are just little tiny interstitial.
I don't think he brought anything good to Shark Week.
No, but
is my point, I guess. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Barry? You a big fan of John Cena? I know he's no Jason Momoa. Let's be honest.
He seems like a nice actor and all that, but whether I guess I don't know why they put him up there. I would think they would want to put someone that has more nautical experience.
Okay. Like an Aquaman? You would prefer an Aquaman type of thing?
No, not necessarily.
Greg the Dive
Aquaman.
Master.
Oh, Greg the Dive
Master.
Master.
I mean, is Shark Week, or is it just we're trying to sell commercial week?
Yeah, it did. It just seemed a little, I don't know, safe.
The only thing I
nothing
did like
real
is
exciting to me. I don't know.
I did like my new name.
Your new name. You have a new name.
Yeah, shark name.
Oh,
Chopper. Yeah, Chopper Speedy Swimmer.
Okay, and this was a thing that came from Discovery Channel's website. Were you the one who put that out there, CJ?
Yeah,
because I saw the text.
Everybody.
And
I
didn't like it.
Your first name is the first initial of your first name, and then the month
which had a bunch of lists
and
of
then
things.
Your last name is the month you were born. Mine's really cool. You know what mine is?
What's your first name?
Toothy Hammerhead.
Toothy Hammerhead. Okay, that's mine.
Pretty good.
My first one was Bluey, which I was like, what?
That's awesome.
Bluey?
Which I thought was great
What's
for
wrong
you.
with that?
Bluey Snaggletooth.
It looks like that horse picture from you in the
horse picture.
McCrotch-stroppy.
I don't know what you're talking about. Jerry the Diver guy's on the road. I guess his ears were burning, and he wanted
they were burning.
Yeah, why?
Oh, I just wonder why.
Vinny isn't the only one with an infection.
I get off air and turn the show back on to listen to it while I'm changing and everything, and and then I'm like, what the hell, you guys? I swear.
Well, you got a problem with Shark Week? You don't like your Shark Week name?
Well, look, I was Adventurous Hammerhead, so
Adventurous Hammerhead.
I got the coolest name. So
ambiguous Hammerhead.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
y'all killing me.
Well, wait. You're on your way to a hot date. That's what
Yes.
old Barry said you were.
Yeah.
So are you going to use your alias? Are you going to use your Shark Week alias name with this honey that you're
no.
going to seduce, or what? No.
Well, I may. Who knows?
Adventure. What is it?
About Adventurous Hammerhead.
Adventurous Snaggletooth.
No, you're Snaggletooth.
Oh, Bluey Snaggletooth. Bluey Snaggletooth. You can use that one if you like.
No,
Jerry.
that's yours, Greggy. You even got a Bluey shirt on.
Jerry, if you really need to impress her, I'll let you borrow. You can tell her your name is Cock Johnson.
Whoa. Wow. He doesn't just do that for anyone.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever.
Okay. All right.
He wants to
I've
have
done
a good
impressed
time
her.
tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done impressed her.
You done impressed her, How?
I showed up.
You showed up.
I wouldn't bring up the.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bring up the show.
Okay.
I told her I didn't know you all.
Good
All right.
move.
Good move. Yeah.
All right. He's learning.
Trust me, it doesn't help.
Took 27 years, but it's finally starting
Yeah,
to
well,
kick
I
in.
don't know. It took me 15 years, though. You got 27. I've got about 15 now.
Oh, all right. Well, I can't help you there. I mean, less is more in this case, possibly. That's probably an advantage, isn't it?
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
I wouldn't lead with that.
I'm not.
Yeah, what are you leading with? I mean, you want to tell us about this blind date you're going on right now, or you want to get in more detail, or do we need to
What's
move
his
on?
name?
And how blind is
Bluey Snaggletooth.
It is. Don't worry about it.
Bodie
I ain't even
McBoatface?
going there. I am not going to
No,
drag her.
don't go there.
Don't jinx it. I know. Greg's always asking me about stuff. I'm like, shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, no, not going to do it.
All right. Well, what are your thoughts on Shark Week? I know you watched a few episodes. Do you like it or no?
I actually like the Shark Bites Back, or what Shark Attacks, or whatever, the one that was on, I think, Thursday night or Friday night.
Yeah. Why?
Well, it's the coolest one there was. Shark Attacks or something, I think's what it was. But
Yeah.
once again, I just did not get into it. It's to me, too many great whites. I mean, it's just all about great whites.
You want to see him? You want to see him bring some DEI to the shark variety that
I saw
they
some
feature.
reruns this afternoon from years gone by that were pretty good. The one where they're looking for the monster, a great hammerhead in the Keys.
Yeah.
That was a cool one. They
Okay.
tagged it. And another one was about bull sharks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more than just great whites jumping up out of the water. Okay, we filmed that. We
Give leopard sharks their due. Or nurse sharks.
Yeah, they were looking for some exotic ones in Japan. Alien sharks in
the
Japan. or
angel
whatever.
shark.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think the Bluey Snaggletooth
And I actually watched that one.
You did. Is the angel shark the one that lays down in the sand and is
it
ambush?
hides. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen that. Yeah.
And
They're
it's
almost like stingrays. Yeah.
There's not many. It's an extremely rare shark to find too.
Jerry, did you see the one where it was one of the new ones at night, where it was all about the sharks mating and they actually measured the claspers?
Oh.
I started watching it and didn't. I couldn't do it.
They couldn't compare. It was a little overwhelmed. Made it a little awkward for him. I understand. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo with a buddy or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Bulavinaka, I'm Maggie Khan of Matava Eco Resort, Nadeva, Kandavu, south of the Pacific Islands in Fiji. You are listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to scuba diving. And now here's a guy I got liquored up enough to put on a grass skirt. Greg the Dive Master. Greg, you wicked girl.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. For the record, I don't remember putting on any grass skirts.
I don't want to speak for everybody, but I don't want to hear the backstory to that.
There was no back side to the grass skirt. Is that what you're talking about?
Nope. I don't want to know what.
All right, well, let's just move on because we have the Scuba Magician Chef with us online right now. Hey, the Scuba Magician. He's going to be on the Magical Scuba Dive Tour with us August 3rd to the 10th. If you want to join us with Explorer Ventures, 1-800-322-3577. And before we talk a little bit.
That joins us is going to get a free Scuba Magician certification. My gift to you.
There you go. So and you'll learn how to, do some magic tricks and use those magic tricks to teach diving or share the love of diving with your diving friends. I mean, it's going to be a big bonus on board the trip this year.
It's a $10,000 value. So yeah, I mean,
at least. And if we get any lip from anybody on board, I mean, Jerry the diver guy is going to be on board celebrating his birthday. We may cut him in half or make him disappear, depending on how nutty he gets. But it's going to be a good time. I'm really looking forward to it. I know you are too. But you just got out of the water right now. Is that the case there, Chef?
Yeah. We literally just got out of the water. We are filming the Scuba Magician open water magic class.
Oh.
So we're now teaching instructors how I use magic to teach the very first class that people take, which is open water. And the magic starts with like the quick review exam. It goes through putting the equipment together, there's magic tricks, and then we just finished the confined session and how I blend it in. And then tomorrow we're going to Catalina, and then we're doing how I do like briefings and underwater magic for students there as well.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. It's really one of the best training aids that you can get for new students. It's fantastic.
No doubt. I mean, I will say, a few years ago when we came across what Chef Anton was doing there with the Scuba Magician thing, it was a head scratcher. I didn't quite understand the connection between doing magic and diving. But man, you guys have connected these dots on a level that is impressive, and it's turned into a massive activity for dive instructors or for just people that want to, take two fun things, scuba diving and magic, and combine them a little bit, right?
Yeah. It's funny. When the dream originally started, I even had no idea of where this thing could go to. I just say, hey, it's going to be kind of a fun certification. It's easy. And, we've all had it where it's kind of like a crappy dive where, the fish weren't animated or the viz wasn't all that great. And you're bringing your buddy from out of town going, oh, it's such an amazing sight. And now they don't see anything. Well, you know what? You could really salvage the dive by doing a couple of 2-3 magic tricks for them underwater because people simply have never seen it before. It now becomes that memorable dive that they'll talk about forever. Oh my God, the first time I saw a card trick underwater.
Right.
So yeah, it's very unique. But where this has really gone to is a training aid for other instructors. That's where it started with me. And now it's kind of come full circle in that I'm now creating a module for other instructors to see how I use magic to teach these unique messages, decompression sickness and narcosis. It's a very new way of thinking, right? For training.
Yeah.
There's no really other way to
Well,
say
it's a great way to illustrate a concept. I mean, the one thing you do with the foam balls, which is kind of a,
right.
It's like a Magic 101 kind of trick with the balls, and you put it in one hand and they magically transfer from one hand to the other and multiply. I mean, if you've ever seen a magician, it's a pretty common type of magic trick. Yeah, you've seen this, CJ. What do you?
So you say you're playing with your balls underwater?
No, I don't. I don't wait till I get underwater. You can do this on the surface. But
balls.
What did I say? Anyway, so you use that particular magic trick though to illustrate the buildup of nitrogen bubbles in your bloodstream. I've seen you do this, and it's a really creative way to kind of reinforce that message when you're teaching someone on the physics of diving and what it does to your body and stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And what's funny is in the pool, we did a similar thing with the red balls. There's a classic magic trick called balls overhead. And it's literally what it sounds like. You take a ball or a rolled up piece of toilet paper even, and you basically toss it over the person's head, but then you show the back of your two hands and they have to guess which hand it's in.
Right.
So sometimes you toss it, sometimes you don't. And it's a classic magic trick. Many people have seen it. Well, I do that now in the pool to show how we can get tunnel vision and how easy it is when we have our mask on that we're not aware of our surroundings and aware of our dive buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And as something as simple as this, and the funniest part of this is that when you toss the little red foam ball that I use for the other trick, it floats just above eye level. And then you do a second one, and now there's two balls literally floating over the guy's head.
Yeah.
When this video is over, I think we had about 18 or 20 balls, and this guy is just like, where are these things going? You just can't figure it out. And you look up, and there's 20 foam balls over his head in the pool.
Well, and
So,
everybody else is
really
watching
great
this
illustration of it.
and can't believe the guy doesn't see it, but you're very much in on the joke, and it's very entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah, anytime that everybody else can be on it except for the one guy, that's a great day.
Right.
Balls on your forehead.
Yeah. But, we'll be Jerry the Diver Guy's birthday week, so we got to do something to him because it's his birthday. You have anything up your sleeve, pun intended?
I always have something I could pull out for you guys.
Where else could they place their balls?
Be careful.
Hide your pickle stick, Jerry.
Oh, quit.
Just don't get Greg's blue balls out.
Okay, that's enough. Jeez. All right. Well, I'm really looking forward to it, Chef. I know you are too. I know I've asked you this before, but will this be your first time in the Turks and Caicos?
Yeah, this is actually not only my first time in Turks and Caicos, this is my first time on a live-aboard.
Oh,
so,
right.
yeah, super exciting.
Oh, it's gonna be magical. He's gonna bring his tricks of the trade to the party, but we're also.
When I was a broke college student, I lived in my car, but that's a different kind of live-aboard.
Well,
this sounds like a little more fun.
It'll be a little bit more luxurious too. I think the food will be better. You'll like the diving. I mean, it's going to be. I mean, the time of year that we're going. I mean, the visibility could be absolutely amazing for the Turks and Caicos.
Nice.
So we're going to have a great time. We got Mermaid Kristen on board. We got Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks. Megan Heaney Greer, free diving champion from around the world, and she's going to be on board with us, and of course we'll be doing a show.
I think I met her at Scuba Show. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be quite an event for sure.
Oh, it's fun.
You know,
So I've got
it's always
a
gonna
great
be an
nurse
event,
shark
me.
story since we're at Shark Week.
Yes, yeah. What about that? What do you
Yeah,
got?
so I was in Belize and I was lionfish hunting, and the nurse sharks over there have gotten so smart that they know that yellow stick that we carry, that means free meal for them.
Right.
So this one nurse
Okay.
shark kind of just kept swimming around me, just kind of waiting. Eventually, I saw it go over towards like a rock formation and started wagging its tail like a dog. It was hunting for me. It found the lionfish so that I could spear it and then give him the meal, give her the meal.
Wow.
And, if I could have high-fived the nurse shark, I would have. A little teamwork.
Yeah.
But I've never seen that the nurse sharks have gotten so smart they actually can hunt for the hunters like a bloodhound and tell us, where to go.
I had never heard
Isn't
of
it
that.
crazy?
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't be
Really cool.
surprised.
That's really cool.
I mean, they definitely have taught the nurse sharks to eat the lionfish in certain places of the world like that. So that wouldn't surprise me one bit. Good
Yeah,
stuff. That
yeah,
I would have watched that special on Shark Week. They ought to
Right?
pick up on
I've
that
got some
kind of
good
stuff.
ideas for Shark Week too. Yeah.
Yes. Well, maybe work some magic. Make a shark disappear.
Right.
Card
Yeah.
sharks.
Exactly.
Card sharks. Yes, there you go. Something like
That's
that.
the name of their special.
All right. Well, ScubaMagician.com. That's a website to go to and check in with Chef, and it is a very cool program. And, of course, you'll hear more about it in the Turks and Caicos here in just a few weeks. We got more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, my name is Iggy, and I am freedom-loving travel tourist entertainer or tour guide. Yes, we are in Norway. You are listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Now, here is someone I consider a true Norwegian Viking. Greg, the Dive Master.
Yes, that's me. In Iceland there, I am known as the Viking. In Norway as well. It applies to both Norway and Iceland.
No.
According to Iggy, yes. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. CJ in the studio with me. Very impressed. And, of course, Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad connected via the web, made up of Barry the Bugger, Vinny Two Tanks, Bubble Boy, and now even Brittany Brown is with us, the Aqua Gypsy. How about that? She joined us for the end, just so she could celebrate the fact that she knows a Viking now. When I told her that I was dubbed the official Viking of the underwater world in Norway, she was like, wow.
That didn't dive.
Excuse me?
The official Viking of the underwater world that didn't dive on his trip.
Well,
and has no braids.
Not yet. And why do I have to have braids? What do braids have to do with anything?
You have to shave the side of your head and then have a braid going down the center.
Is that's a thing?
That's a thing.
It is. A true Viking would know that.
Viking. Duh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad
I mean, she looks like
Vinny
a
is
Viking
amused.
woman. Look at that.
Okay, well, it'll be something I can accomplish on my next trip. Yeah. Then I'll have to.
I just don't understand how you got the title Viking now.
Because it's just from reputation.
Because they kissed the
way I
tourist's
handled
ass.
myself when I was in Norway.
Kissing the tourist's ass.
He was a tourist entertainer.
Making them feel good about themselves.
He's got that gruff look about himself.
Yeah,
he looks
see?
like a Viking.
Thank you.
Gruff. Vinny, you're more gruff than Greg.
Well, when he's when he has
especially right
when his face half his face is swollen, he does. Yeah.
You should see the other guy.
Right. That's right. Yeah, when Vinny had the issue with his face swelling up, he sent the picture to us, which was kind of a little disturbing, but I was like, okay, well,
I missed that one. I'm happy to.
I illustrated for the
that bad.
No, well, but I helped you out by saying, hey, you should have seen the other guy.
You know what,
like
though?
You beat somebody to a bloody pulp.
Thanks to Greg and Brittany, I think that's not the most disturbing picture of Vinny I've ever seen.
It's not.
Oh.
We've all traumatized.
Correct.
What?
One that you
I
sent
hope-
from where were you?
What?
Galapagos.
Yeah.
What
A
was
hot
it,
tub picture,
CJ?
the infamous hot tub picture of Vinny.
No.
Yeah.
Can you
Oh.
explain?
You know what I'm talking about.
I think we're delving into the category of that German word that Vinny shared with us.
Marty
There you go.
Schottenheimer.
There you
Toast
go.
was brutal.
I think that that's
the
what
truth.
Barry's wearing on his head right now.
What?
Yes.
A helmet, a Viking helmet.
No, this is my
Vinny's trunks.
Mr.
Vinny's
Cousteau.
trunks.
It's his watch
Vinny-
cap.
Vinny, are
Yes.
you going to wear the red trunks to Turks and Caicos?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
absolutely.
I thought he
Yeah.
left
See
him
them
on the
flying up
boat.
a
You did. You left him on the boat. You can't wear them in the Turks and
Legend has
Caicos.
it.
I don't
I
know.
would never wear those things even if I had them.
Yeah, they're using them as like a quarantine flag
come on.
on the boat in the
has
Galapagos.
stopped thinking about those ever since.
Yeah.
I just didn't realize I was so handsome of a young man that
Well endowed.
couldn't pull those
Okay,
things
we're
off.
talking about Vinny Two Tanks Red Spanks that he was wearing on the Galapagos trip that he has sworn up and
Everywhere.
down that he would never
God.
wear those again, especially in the Turks and Caicos trip coming up in less than a month. You're not going to do that, right, Vinny?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm
Come
gonna
on,
wear,
Vinny.
I'm gonna
No, I'm
actually
not.
buy.
Egg 'em on, Brittany.
I'll make it a surprise.
Yeah, different color this time.
Yeah. Well,
Lime green.
I really I really don't want you to do that. I mean, I just that would just make it really
Awkward.
bad.
Weird.
Yeah.
How
Well,
did Greg
he
get
could
so
do-
speechless?
He could do the latter, which is nothing,
Nothing.
But are
right, Vinny?
you're going to wear something, aren't you, Vinny?
Oh yeah,
Oh, you're not.
I have.
No, wait. You are going to wear like something to cover up, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh, come on, Vinny. I'm serious. Really, you need to wear something. It doesn't need to be red, skin tight spandex,
No,
but
I'm not.
oh, God, okay. All right.
At
well,
least a crotch strap.
yeah. How about that?
Yeah. Make sure the
No.
D rings are out.
Ow.
Pointed out. Because Greg
Yeah.
had them pointed in for a second.
Yeah, I think I'm taking the crotch strap off of my BC for the Turks trip, Brittany.
I
I
don't
think I'm
think you
gonna go.
need it if you just tighten your vest right.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
think
need it.
that's what I'm going to do. I think, and I might do that and just.
Britt, you have to go back and watch the show again because you missed
Why?
it when
She knows
because
better.
when they were talking about you assembling your gear, and we said no.
If she wanted to see that, she would have shown up an hour earlier.
Right, exactly. She
Yeah,
knows
but
better.
It's
Yeah,
worth
come
watching over again.
Yeah,
Greg assembling gear.
Yeah.
That's foreign.
right. Well, Brittany's not going to be in the Turks and Caicos, so
I know.
I mean, she could change her mind. I mean, and after this, she just learned that Vinny Two Tanks is not going to wear his red spandex. She might be enticed to go. Is that enough to make you want to book it, or what do you think, Britt?
Well, I'm sure that he's probably got something up his sleeve. He's kind of like the magic spank man.
Whoa. All right. Well, if you're not there, we'll definitely send you a picture,
Yeah.
just like we
send it
did
on
to
the group
everybody
chat.
else. Yeah.
Don't send it to me.
Yeah, you'll get it. You'll be the first one. It'll be
That will be
Cock
followed
Johnson
by a
and
bunch
I'm just
of-
going to start not
the
opening
Aqua
those.
Gypsy.
a bunch of different vomit emojis.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a great time in the Turks and Caicos, despite the fact that we may see more of Vinny than we want to. We'll tolerate it. Jerry the diver guy, it's going to be his birthday, so I'm sure he's already made plans to break out his mankini. How bad can it be? That's pretty bad.
People
That
are going
is
to be
pretty-
canceling their trip.
Yeah. Man overboard.
I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's going to be bathtub diving. This is the best time of year to dive. in the Turks and Caicos. I mean, it's nice warm water. You just go down in your, bathing trunks. You're good to go. You like that too, don't you, Brittany? Wouldn't you rather be a warm water diver like that than what we did in Galapagos?
Yes, definitely. It was extremely cold and very, very windy once you got back up on the boat. But
but it was worth the effort.
Yeah, the hot tub was nice. The warm towels were nice. We got a little hot cocoa sometimes.
I was talking to someone this week about it, and I was telling them about our Galapagos trip, and they said, "Oh, that sounds like a lot of work." I was like, "Yeah, it is." I said, "But it's worth it. Just like if I go back to Iceland, I'm willing to jump through those extra hoops and put on the dry suit and do it. It'll be worth the adventure." But is it a little bit more challenging, and you got to do a little bit more to get to the result of getting in the water and having some fun? Yeah, so it's to each his own. But when it's so easy, like you jump off the boat, like you roll out of bed, you don't even have to. Maybe you slept in your board shorts. You don't have to do anything. You just fall off the side of the boat and you're good to go. I mean, that's the best kind of diving I think there is, and we're gonna make the best of it. August 3rd through the 10th with Explorer Ventures. You want to join us? It's the Magical Scuba Dive Tour. 1-800-322-3577. All right. On that note, we're going to wrap it up. Till next time, it's always better wear, gang. Come on.
Down where it's wetter.
Down where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
From Captain Ron to Jock Gusto, they all love Scuba Radio. On the boat and down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.